Why are you always burnt out? This is the truth that all the gurus and all the coaches will not tell you. And the truth is extremely simple. In today's day and age, everybody is trying to overwhelm you with complexity and trying to make everything extremely confusing. And that leads to disaster. I want to talk about the simplicity that will set you free and eliminate all overwhelm, all burnout, all frustration from your business and your life. Every day you find a new technique, a new sales strategy, a new twist that you have to somehow master. And that just leads you to feel overwhelmed. And you feel like you can't get ahead, like you're on a treadmill and you're just trying to chase your tail. The big problem is that this complexity leads to you burning out, because you're always trying to do more and more and more and more and more without really having any expertise on the thing you learned before. And my methodology is all about simplicity, and what we use for simplicity as our litmus test, as our navigation, as our compass is nature. Look at nature. Look at the trees. Look at streams. Do you think a tree cares about where it's planted? It just makes do with what it has, and it starts where it's at. Do you think a stream or a river is frustrated and burnt out because it doesn't have the most optimized flow, optimized system? No, it just has a mission, and it executes on the mission by any means necessary. It finds its way, and it has a single mission. It has a single direction it's going, and we can learn a lot from nature. And nature teaches us about learning how to control the controllables. If the stream is going down and it runs into a bunch of logs, it can't control the logs, but it can control where it goes. And so it'll find the path of least resistance, and it'll find a way around the logs. And that's exactly the way we need to think about our life and our business, is controlling the controllables. Here's a crazy stat. Over 77% of all workers, and this includes entrepreneurs, are overwhelmed. That is pretty much everybody. And if you want to break out of this overwhelm and complexity cycle that really leaves you feeling unfulfilled and unaccomplished, this is what we're gonna dive into, is how to actually do that. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to accomplish more by doing less. Your goal is not to burn out, but to break through and to have a life and business that you love, that puts food on the table, buys you all the things you ever could want and need, but also doesn't drain you. It doesn't leave you with no time left to spend with your friends and family and pursue your hobbies or travel or whatever lights you up. The goal is to create a lifestyle business that allows you to live while you give to the people you want to serve. The benefits of being simple in your approach is you're able to leverage the inputs. So if you put a little bit in, now you have so much leverage, you get a lot out. That's the benefit. And the whole point is to be free mentally. And simplicity allows you just to have a singular focus, to be going one direction with one aim. It gives you so much freedom, so much clarity. It allows you to relax and just execute on the one thing. So I have kind of a contrarian take on this, because a lot of the gurus you'll find out in the world, they have a 14-point plan. You know, the 10 triggers that you need to hit on in order to influence people, in order to get what you want. And there's a great book that I actually love by Robert Cialdini called Influence. And he talks about all these triggers, you know, reciprocity and liking and using scarcity and many others. They do work. However, it's hard to implement all these things in the real world when you're talking to a client, because now you're not present with the client. You're thinking about, what were the influence triggers so I can make this person buy from me? That's not what we're going for. We're going for authentic connections. We're going for fun. We're going for simplicity. We're going for human connection. We're going just to be the best we can be in the moment, not trying to read it and remember a script. The goal is not to remember a script. The goal is to win in the moment, to master the moment. So here's the truth, is all you need. You don't need the 15-point plan. You don't need to memorize the 9.5 influence triggers. Only thing you need to remember when you're interacting with anybody and you're working on anything is to show up with confidence, show up with kindness, and show up with generosity. So this is what I call it. I call it the simplicity method because let's keep it simple, folks. I like to say KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And I tell myself this all the time because we just love as humans to overcomplicate things and make things more difficult than they need to be. And I think the reason we do it is because we get shiny object syndrome and we think we need to do more, where really the secret is doing less. And so let me tell you about the simplicity method. This is about, number one, is resourcefulness. Just like nature, the river is resourceful. It just is going with the flow. It's using whatever it has in front of it. The soil that holds the seed is using whatever it has in front of it, and it will find a way. So no different than if you're trying to grow your business, well, you have a cell phone, you have LinkedIn. You don't need anything else. You be resourceful with what you have. Start sending DMs. You can do this without any bells and whistles. Be resourceful is number one. Number two is consistent effort. And this is all about focus. If you think about the rivers or an ocean, it's consistently coming in. It's consistently flowing. It is narrowly focused on its one mission. And so I always focus on what is my highest leverage activity. And it's gonna be one thing. And I focus on that every day for 4 hours. And that is that consistent effort on where's the leverage, what's the simplest thing I can do where I put a little in and I get a lot out. Number three is focus on the controllables. There's many things in life and business we can't control. We can't control if people say yes. We can't control if people sign the contract. We can't control if people respond to your DMs. You can't control if people answer your phone calls. But what you can control is making the call, sending the DM, recording the YouTube video. Whatever it is, you're in control of certain things. Everything else, you have to let go. And fourth and finally, in the simplicity method, is remember the only thing you need in every moment interacting with clients, your friends, your family, your loved ones, show up with confidence, show up with kindness, and show up with generosity. And let me tell you what this exactly means in the real world. When you show up with confidence, all you're doing is showing up as yourself, your whole self, without any filters, without any labels, without any pressure on yourself. Confidence is a thing that is natural, it's innate. And so when you just show up confident, like I can handle this, I can listen, everyone can listen, I can be present, I can be here. That is confidence. I can handle this is showing up with confidence. It's not like a fake thing. It's just like, I'm here. What's up? It's fun. I'm alive. That's the confidence. Like I have this blessing. I have this opportunity to serve. So how can I help? That's confidence. You can be curious and be confident. Ask questions. That's confidence. So confidence is simple. Don't overcomplicate it, but show up with confidence. Stand tall. Put your shoulders back. Speak with conviction. Listen with intensity. The second part of this is kindness. Show up with kindness. And kindness is giving people grace. Sometimes when someone's talking to you, you already know where they're going with the conversation. And many times I catch myself getting impatient and maybe trying to rush them, interrupting, hey, cut to the chase. That's not kind. Kindness is grace, patience, waiting, listening, because your ego is low. You have humility. People just want to be heard. People just want to be accepted. They want to be understood. So if you let people speak and you listen intently with kindness, you can't lose. So you have confidence, then you have kindness, and you have generosity. Now, generosity is showing up where, how can I serve? How can I help you? What can I do? And sometimes that's just listening. Sometimes that is sending the email, the follow-up call, the reference. Yeah, I'll send you the link. I'll send you the article, whatever it is. How can you be generous with not only financially, maybe you can buy someone lunch. Maybe you can buy them a gift. Maybe you can give them a discount, but also how can you be generous with your time? This goes back to the patience thing. This goes back with volunteering something. Yes, I'll do that for you. Yeah, I'll look at your copy. I'll look at your landing page. No problem. Because when you give, you get. And so if you can be generous with your gifts, your time, your resources, your skills, your money, your energy, you can't lose. So you don't need all of these 10-step processes. You need to be confident, you need to be kind, you need to be generous in your interactions with people. And if you do that, the simplicity method will give you everything you want. And you won't burn out because you're not having to do everything. You're focused on high leverage activities, 1 or 2. And all you have to do is remember to be confident, kind, and generous. And just execute on that every day for 4 hours a day. You can't burn out only working 4 hours a day. But the beauty is, since you're focused only on the high leverage activities, you don't have to work that much. So follow the lead of nature. Watch the trees, look at the rivers, look at the ocean, and watch how simple and how resourceful and how focused nature is. And see how it shows up and how it grows and how it gets exactly what it wants by just being exactly what it is. See you next time.